Hey, in today's video, I'm going to give you a series of drills you can use 100% on your own. You don't need a coach. You don't need anybody to play with to perfect your volley technique. So you're really going to enjoy today's video. Also, we just put up a video on mastering the art of the volley technique, which maybe gets a little more detailed than this video. There's going to be a lot of drills. So you want to see that, make sure you go up in the card section. It'll pop up right about now. You can click on that video and you can watch that as well. That will help you really kind of get every idea that we're talking about in today's lesson. So let's get into today's video so we can start with our first drill. Okay, so our first volley I call net cord rips, okay? Because you're gonna feel yourself rip across the net cord and you don't want to come off of it. I showed this also in the last video, and this will really help you perfect your technique. If you want to really perfect your technique on any shot, you want to really get obsessed with shadow strokes. And it's so important on the volley because most people break their wrist and they don't tell a good story, meaning that when you're done your volley, I should be able to tell exactly where you were trying to volley, okay? So if I'm trying to volley at the camera, I want my strings to lock in on the camera like it is right there. So this really helps with that. First thing, continental grip. You have to be in the continental grip. Make sure you're here with the webbing in your hand. Run it down, grab that, okay? Now you're in the continental grip. Next thing is ray position. Make sure in your ray position that your strings are not angled down this way. Make sure you're right here so that if you're going to hit a backhand volley, you'd actually be leading with the edge. Also, if you're just going to be practicing your forehand volley, it might be a good idea to just open up your strings like this so you get in the habit of learning how to lead with the bottom edge of your racket when you're going to volley. That's extremely important. So this helps me get, first of all, an athletic position. I want the legs wide, and I want you to get down so when you make your first move, you can lay the racket head right on the net. And what you want is you want to make sure that the wrist is below the racket head, right? We don't want to be volleying like this. We want to be down here. See, that right there looks great. See, I'm nice and low, so you want to get athletic with this. The other thing you want to make sure that you have is play in the elbow, because what we're going to work on is a winning the collision volley, meaning that we have room to punch out and stick that volley. So I like you to use the crossbar right here with your arm, put it right under here, get set, and your first move is going to be made with what? Your shoulders? No, your hand. You're going to find the ball. You're going to find the ball, then you're going to turn. Another great tip, I'm giving you 2 videos now, Bridget, where you're on the video. My friend Bridget, who is confused at my hyper-focus camp, she goes, oh, you mean you invert the shoulder to get this position? Exactly, great thing. So think about that. Laying the wrist back, inverting the shoulder right here, feeling that little move, and now you're down. And what you want to do is you want to extend and keep the racket head on the net strap. And you hear that little rip? That's letting me know that I'm getting that power. And you don't want to be getting it with your arm and your wrist. I'm getting that power. I'm ripping the net cord with my hip and my shoulder. Those are the 2 things connected, and the hand has a nice steadiness to it, and it's got a little bit of a pop. You feel a little bit of a pop in your wrist, but the main thing is the hip and the shoulder making this move. Ah! I also like the other hand involved. So what you want to do is you want to do a minute of that straight, okay? Do a minute of that straight, and then go to the backhand side and set up. Use your top hand to set up. I go through more detail in my last video, but use your top hand to set up. You're getting set. Again, you want to lead with this bottom edge to the ball, and you want to keep that wrist locked up. On the backhand volley, really easy to start turning over and to start muscling across. What you want to do is, again, you lock it in the position, and you want this elbow locked all the way out and the wrist locked up when you're done. Super important. So we're here, and then we're coming down and volleying. Notice I have that counterbalance too. Through. I'll come to the other side of the net so you can also see it as it's coming to you. Okay, so here we are. We're on the net strap again. And what I want you to do is to get set right here, and then you're going to be down low and volley. Okay, again, right here and volley. And the more you see an imaginary ball coming at you, the better. See the ball coming in, making that contact. See the ball coming in, making that contact. I'll do one more. I'm looking at the ball coming in, making that contact. The more you do that, the better you're going to be. And then you can finish it up by going forehand volley, backhand volley. Great cardio. Put this on for 20, 25 seconds. Do 10 sets in a row. You're going to be exhausted. Watch this. Volley. Get set. Volley. Set. Volley. Back and forth like that. 25 to 20 seconds a piece. 10 sets. 10-second break in between. Your volley technique's going to get better. Your cardio is going to get better. Okay, let's go to the next drill that we're going to do to perfect our volley technique. The next drill I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 tennis balls down, and we're working on our double setup volleys, and then maybe a nice little angle put away volley, and be able to hold our strings at our target. Okay, so if I'm going to volley to this ball right here, I want to make sure when I'm done, I'm locking in right on that tennis ball. If I'm going to volley over there, I want to make sure I can lock the string when I'm done right on a tennis ball. If I want to volley over there, I want to lock the string right on a tennis ball. The more I can connect my string on the tennis ball, the better I'm going to be accurate and not miss volleys. Sure, once in a while you can overswing and still make it exactly where you want to go, but that's fool's gold. So I'm going to go over there and demo, do a couple. I wanted to explain it here because I'm not sure when I go over there if my mic is going to still connect. We'll find out when we make this video, won't we? See, so what I want to do too is I want to move through it as I'm volleying, but hold on the target. So I'm going to go that deep corner one. I'm going to try my best to hold my strings on that tennis ball. It's not about necessarily hitting the target, but being in the general area and seeing your strings can freeze there and taking the information. So I go there. That was about as good as I can do. Okay, that was like right over the tennis ball, and you can see my strings holding right there. So you'd want to do that over and over and over again. Since I did so good there, and I know that you guys don't want to watch a 30-minute video of me practicing, but getting the idea, I'm going to go the next ball right here, more in the middle, and I'm going to try and hold my strings on that one. So here I go. I'm going to get here, volley, not bad. Now, I can take some information because I might be able to get a little closer. So my strings just moved a little bit off to the right of the target. So I tell myself to correct it. And now I want to correct it by getting my strings right on that tennis ball. That's the goal I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the strings right on that tennis ball. So if I hold it back a little longer, maybe it'll be a little closer. And again, I went around too much. So I keep telling myself, okay, Pete, you're going around too much. Hold it back a little more. Now I'm getting closer. So then I could actually maybe go just a little more forward with my strings and again, get right there. Okay, the last one, and again, so many people miss this little angle volley because they're swinging it over there. They get all excited, so they start swinging it over there. Again, you need to keep the wrists laid back, and you want to fix on that target. So you don't really want to practice that little angle one way back there, but up here's a great time to practice that. And notice how I have it in the singles court, because if I can hit this angle, it will go well into the doubles alley, but I'm not going to have to take the risk of trying to hit my volley in the doubles alley. So I'm going to get here. I'm going to try and freeze my strings on the tennis ball and trying to get close. Oh, we hit the tennis ball. Very, very good. So the more you do that drill, you're going to become a surgeon at the net. Okay, so after you do that on the forehand side, you guessed it, you want to do the same exact drill on the backhand side. And do it, first of all, with practicing your inside in volleys. Lots of people never practice this. So learning how to take this volley, I'll just move back a little further so you can see it. Learning how to take it from this side of the court and hit inside out, actually, I should say, not inside in. Inside out to that side of the court. Very tough to do with a backhand volley because, again, I find most people start breaking their wrist and they start leading with the top edge. Again, I can't stress enough, on your backhand volley, you need to be leading with the bottom edge. Same thing on the forehand side. And then you just go to the other side too. Work both sides and both forehand and backhand volleys on those targets. The third and final drill, I love to use a fence that has this windscreen here, because then that's good and kind of deaden the ball to come back to you. It's also great to practice on the wall. That's a bonus drill, but that's more for reflex volleys. This is not for reflex volleys. This is to help you with balls that land right in front of you that have no pace, or also how to handle a weak second serve. You want to make your opponents pay for dink serves, which I'll do a video on plays you can run off this. You want to be using this technique more than you want to be using the Roger Federer or Serena Williams kill forehand technique, okay? This will help you be much more effective, get to net. You don't even have to change your grip. You're right there. And this also helps you win that collision and not break your wrist. So what I want to do is I want to, again, learn I can get a ton of power. And when you hit it well, you're going to really feel the force of your volley driving into the fence, okay? And so the more you connect the hip and the shoulder, that's where the power is coming from. I want you to think of yourself like a power skater. Think of yourself like a power speed skater. How, you know how they load up, they go boom, and like this, right? So when I want to volley, I want to load up here on this back hip. So I want to go back and then push forward. You want to feel an extension right here as you're going in, okay? Drive in here with your shoulder, and now you're popping the volley without having to use your wrist. See, a lot of recreational players, when I do this with them, they start going like this because they feel like that's how they're going to get the power. And instead, what we want to do is we want to do this. We want to come here, pop, okay? Grab the ball, put the ball down, pop. You see how much stick we can get on that volley? Look how I'm freezing the string. So you want to feel nice force. Let's do another one right here. We're here. All right. Tell that story when we're done. Okay. Then switch over to the backhand side. Same idea. You want to keep that wrist locked. Elbow locks out. Pop. Okay. One more. Getting set. Boom. So that's also going to help you, if you haven't figured it out, with your forehand and backhand chip shots. So if you just come out to the court and you do these drills over and over again, 2 or 3 times a week, 10 to 15 minutes, I think that's doable if you are truly obsessed with the game. And it's so important to do because I'm finding the more and more that I see people train with me on the court, they're coming to me from all over, like every couple of weeks. And I'm finding that it's not the Federer forehand they need to learn. It's not the Pete Sampras serve that's holding them back. Although I'm going to give you a course if you want to learn how to improve your serve, because that is one of the things that people really like. But it's more what they're doing once they get to the net. They can figure out a way to get to the net. They can't figure out a way to finish the point. And it's because of a lot of bad volley habits. So if you do these drills, you're going to get better. Now, if you want me to personally help you with that, you can come train with me here in Atlanta. I basically do camps like every 2 weeks. We're also going to go to the Western Southern Open, and I call it the Masterclass Clinic, to where you train with a fun group of people, and we go out to the tournament. So if you want to do that, you're going to go to the description down below, and you're going to fill that out so you can train with me here in Atlanta or in Cincinnati. Or next year, we're going to Rafa's Academy. We're also going to go to the south of France with Pablo Cuervas and Jose Luis Clerc. We're going to go to the south of France to see Patrick Mouratoglou, the internet guru coach who's coaching the entire tour right now, pretty much. So if that sounds good to you, if you want to train with me, go to the link below. Also, if you'd like to improve that serve, if you want to master that serve, right, I've got a free 7-day serve challenge I'd love to give you right now. Go in the card section, go in the description box. And also, guys, look how patient my man is right here. This is my man right here, B2. He is just chilling. He knows it's film time. He knows it's film time. And so he just chills right there. And he just loves hanging out. He's a tennis dog. So if you like B2, if you're still watching this video, give it a like. It really helps the channel. And subscribe so you don't miss our next video.